Hi, I am Professor Powell. I am one of the nursing instructors here at Herzing in Madison. And I've been here for almost 3 years, 2 years as full-time staff. I love it here. I teach pathophysiology, I teach pharmacology, as well as family nursing, and one of the introductory LPN courses, REO 99, because most of my students will tell you I love math, and that's one of the math courses. One thing that probably most of my students and coworkers don't know about me is that I am 100% Polish. My last name, Powell, is obviously my married name. My maiden name was Ostrowski, and I grew up in an area in Rockford called Little Poland, where a lot of the Polish immigrants came over and settled and built churches and neighborhoods. And actually the church that I got married at was the same one that my grandparents and my parents got married at. So that's always a fun fact to surprise people with the last name of Powell. But I do want to talk about nursing program, because a lot of people will ask, like, what do I expect and why is the nursing program different? And nursing program is different because it's a different way that you need to learn things. So, like when you go to anatomy and physiology, you can memorize a list of bones and then, say that on an exam. But when we go into the nursing questions, then you kind of have to understand like all about bones and the implications of fractures. You have to understand things to a different level. So studying to memorize things the night before isn't as effective as it was in the introductory courses. So how do people deal with that? One of the things that I encourage people to do is to stay up on their work and to make sure that like any pre-work, like reading or anything like that, is done before you get to class, because that way when you've already been exposed to it and when the instructor is talking about it, then it's not the first time you're hearing it and you may already have questions. And don't be afraid to ask questions. Everyone's always afraid because they don't want somebody to think that, oh my gosh, there's that other person asking a question. Whereas most of the time, if you ask the question, there's 6 other people in class that'll go, yeah, I was wondering about that too. That one confused me. So never be afraid to ask questions. And my tip for managing everything going forward is time management. Put together a schedule and have a scheduled like blocks of time each week that those are your study times, whether it's to do homework, to work on a bigger project, or again to prepare for an exam. Because if you set those aside for yourself and you hold to it, then you're not going to be as frantic. You're not at risk for getting behind, especially in the world we live in right now where people have mandated overtime and that. Then you're not cutting things too close to the timeline if you have that time set aside for yourself. So hopefully that helped. Look forward to seeing you in the nursing program.